What's up, everyone? It's Tony
And Gigi.
and Gigi with Nerds Never Sleep, and I got a little bit of my costume on today, for the occasion. So today we're gonna do something a little different. Happy New Year, by the way, to
Happy
everybody,
New Year.
right? Because it is New Year's,
Yep.
and we figured we were gonna do a little video today where we kind of talked a little bit about some of our favorite anime
Yep.
from 2022. Right?
Right.
Right, little eerie with your little bobs over here. So, we kind of tried to make our own little top 5 lists, and we kind of had a lot that were the same, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so instead of making our own separate top 5s or top 10s or whatever, we kind of went through and we made a list of the ones that kind of were the same.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about those first. So these aren't in like any specific order. They're just kind of our favorites that we watched this year. I'm pretty sure everything did come out in 2022. There might be one or two that slipped in that we kind of watched a little later, but I think so, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we actually have a couple series that each one of us watched that the other one didn't, and we like those. So we're going to kind of at the end shoot off our list of separate anime, right?
Yeah.
Right. And you had a lot. You watched a lot of anime this year. I think I did too, but you know, that's what it is. So, what do you want to talk about first? Because we do have a list right here. What one do you want to mention first?
Spy Family.
Okay, so obviously, yep, the big one. Spy Family was one of our favorites. Now we do have all the mangas as well as have watched. I think I caught up on the anime, right? I think I'm finished. No?
No, you're not.
Oh, okay. So
you
I might
have not watched like 5 episodes.
5. Oh my god, no way.
Yes, you have. Because the
Don't spoil it.
because it has not finished yet.
Oh. And it starts back up again this year, right? I think.
It's still not finished.
So anyways, for those of you like 3 people who don't know what Spy Family is, and who is this little cute girl that you got a couple and now tell everyone a little bit about Spy Family.
So there's your Lloyd. Lloyd is a spy, and your is a assassin.
Okay. And this takes place kind of like, doesn't say what year, but it's like back in like kind of like the older days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's no cell phones, no nothing like that.
Later, there's Bond.
Yeah, and now who is Bond for people who don't know?
puppy.
He's the big puppy. So now pretty much it's a story where they're trying to infiltrate in with this he's a bad guy. We'll just say he's a bad guy, right?
Lloyd.
No, Lloyd's not a bad guy. He's trying to get the bad guy.
Yeah.
And in order to do so he's like the world's best spy. And he can disguise himself as anybody, right? Mm-hmm. So in order to catch the bad guy, he's got to, what? Make a family, right?
Yeah.
And basically he has to find a wife and he has to find
A daughter.
a daughter, right? To go where? To the school, right?
Yeah.
To go to some fancy genius academy. And turns out the wife that he finds now what your is what now? Your is actually
Assassin.
an assassin. So it gets pretty interesting. And then Anya, what is up with Anya?
She can read minds.
She can read minds.
Telepath.
So she's a telepath that can read minds. So she can hear everything going around, right? Mm-hmm. In the family. And freaks out. She has some really cool facial expressions. So it's a really to me, it's like a really it's a wholesome anime. It's like it literally is something that like your family can watch together. I mean, you can watch by yourself, you can watch it with your family, and it's not super violent, right? There's not a lot. I mean, there's fighting,
Yeah.
but it's not crazy bloody
Yeah.
fighting, right? So there's a lot to it. And now, what are your favorite parts of Spy Family? Which is a stupid question to ask, but what are your favorite things?
Anya and Bond.
Anya and Bond. So now Bond is a character who comes later.
Yeah.
And what is Bond?
He could.
No, don't spoil what he can do. Just what is he?
A puppy.
He's a puppy. He's a big puppy, right?
Yes.
Okay. So later on down the line, they get a puppy into the family, and he's pretty cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he has powers too. We won't spoil it for people who haven't watched it, but there's some cool characters, right, in this show. They're all written really well. You're as a crazy kind of creepy brother, right? Just your face explains it all. And even oh my god, I'm brain farting his name right now, but Scruffy Head is hilarious.
What Anya goes.
Yeah, he calls him Scruffy Head. I honestly am forgetting. I'm totally brain farting his name right now.
I think it's Frank.
Frank?
I think.
I don't remember. I'm totally brain farting, but that's going to happen a lot today because it's been a long weekend. But yeah, so I mean, all in all, I mean, so do you think this was probably your favorite anime?
Yes.
Not even a question. And that is probably going to be your next cosplay, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably going to be her next costume.
Oh yeah.
So be on the look for that in our convention adventures this year. But yeah, it's I think it's like I said, it's one of those really cool anime. It's super wholesome. The animation is really good. The cartoon itself looks great.
Yeah.
And they
later after that, another character comes.
oh yeah.
Can I say it?
I don't know. You want to spoil it too late on? Don't spoil anything yet. Don't be too spoilery.
That's just a name.
Don't be too. Well, you can say a name.
Fiona.
Okay, Fiona. And do you like Fiona? I like Fiona.
No. No.
But yeah, so we don't want to spoil her too much of it. But there's some pretty cool stuff that goes on. There's a lot of family stuff, like Lloyd kind of just taking this on as a job and not wanting to care about anybody, and you see him start to care about the family,
yeah.
Right? Which is nice. And the same thing with your kind of knows it's not real, but then it becomes real, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. And Anya is just, she knows everything, but she just wants to have a family because they adopted her. And it's just super cute. It's such a good show. And if you haven't watched it, give it a watch. We both recommend it. So that is Spy Family. That was one of our tops. So what do you want to go into next from this list? Do you want to go into a really popular one, or do you want to go into something that's a little kind of not popular? Do you want to do one of these, or do you want to do one of the popular ones next? Let's go with a not so popular one. What do you think? You want to go with these characters right here that we got on the ends?
Bofuri.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get hurt, so I maxed out my defense.
Yeah, it's one of those animes that's super long names. So we have not yet unboxed these because this was a Christmas present. We were going to do a video, and this Gigi just bought with her Christmas money. So her Nendoroids, she's becoming a little obsessed. So yeah, as Gigi said, another one that we really liked was Bofuri. I didn't want to get hurt, so I maxed out my defense. And it's just a really cool. It's a MMO going into a game anime.
Kind of like Sword.
It's not really like sort of because they're not trapped in it though.
Yeah,
That's the difference.
Yeah.
So
that's that part.
It's kind of like a Sword Art type of thing.
Yeah.
But they're not trapped in the game. They actually can go out of the game, right?
Yeah.
They take their helmets off. You see them in the real world, and they're not trapped. So I guess it's not. It's a little like Sword Art, but not all the way like Sword Art.
Yeah.
But it's funnier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, you have your main character, and she's friends with the girl who is Sally is her avatar, right?
Yeah.
And she gets her to play the game,
Yeah. Which her name is Maple.
and she becomes Maple. And basically, she's paranoid that she's going to get hurt in the game. So what does she do when she creates her character?
She uses a shield.
She becomes a shield class, which nobody really likes. And she puts all her points into defense, right?
Yeah.
At all times. So the funny parts is like, I like that she can barely move a lot of the times. Like, she moves really slow.
Yeah.
Because she can't do much. But she kind of can become super powerful, right?
Yeah.
So tell everybody some of the things that you like about this anime, because you got me to watch this.
I love the pet.
You like the pets. And what is Maple's pet name?
Syrup.
And now what is Syrup?
A turtle.
Is it a giant turtle, right? Or he becomes a giant turtle.
Yeah.
And Sally, what is her pet?
A fox.
Okay. Do you remember her fox's name? I don't. So it's something silly, but I forget what it is.
Yeah.
But she has a little fennec fox, and it's super cute. And Sally is kind of like a thief class or like a rogue, right?
Yeah, so she's super fast.
So yeah. But it's crazy because throughout the anime, Maple keeps gaining all these crazy abilities that nobody can use, right? And with me, because I've watched other animes where Shield Heroes, Shield Hero, it kind of reminds me of Shield Hero, but not like serious, because she has all these abilities that tie to her shields. And she can do all these things like summon, like, what is it? Like, she has Hydra, isn't that one of the moves?
Yeah.
And what comes out of her shield?
Big,
like big snakes.
Yeah, like 3.
Yeah. So she has like moves like that where she does all these kind of crazy things with her shield.
Transform.
Yeah. Later it gets really ridiculous later on. Like, yeah, she can transform, she can turn into like all these crazy things.
Mech.
Like, yeah.
Mechs.
Yeah, she can get like mech suits
Angel and stuff like that.
Yeah, she has all kinds of crazy over the top abilities. And like nobody can figure out how the heck she's doing it. Where her avatar is getting all these abilities. Like if she's a cheater or anything like that. And then even like what are the little things? Those are the moderators, right? The little creatures that fly around. They can't even figure out how she's doing it.
Yeah.
And so it's cool because it kind of mixes. I'm trapped in the world like Sword Art and I'm getting all these crazy powers that nobody can have. But they're not. They're just in a regular video game. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So I don't know. It's pretty funny. There's definitely some cool stuff to it. And it's one that, I mean, it's popular enough to have figures and androids. So maybe it's more popular than we think. What do you think? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of one of the ones that's a little less talked about, that we both really liked a lot. And we laugh a lot watching it. It is pretty funny. So they announced a new season, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they announce another season? Yeah. So a new season is going to be coming up soon. And again, we watch all these on Crunchyroll.
Which her base is named.
Oh yeah, what is their guild house?
Maple tree.
Maple tree. Yeah, she's really obsessed with maple and maple everything.
Maple syrup, maple tree, maple.
Yeah, she's very obsessed with maple. I don't know if they tell us why.
Yeah. But
she just is, and it makes it funny. It just makes it kind of ridiculous. But it's one of those ones that you can kind of just kick back, watch. You can laugh a little bit, and you don't have to take it seriously because it's a fun anime, and that's one of the best parts about anime, is they can be fun and just right. Mm-hmm. All right. So, anything else you want to say about Bofuri before we move on to our third anime?
I just love syrup and maple.
So those are your favorites?
Yes.
I like a lot of the other characters too, but they don't really show them enough yet. I want to see more of the other characters. Like there's some other cool characters. I won't go too much into spoilers, but there's another Shield guy that joins them, right?
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Klein from Sword Art.
Two like.
There's hammer girls, right? They have big hammers, and they're pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then we have like a samurai that joins her party, and
cubes.
kind of. And then what about, is the other one a wizard or a mage?
I think so.
But they kind of suck.
No.
Right? Yeah, they kind of suck though. So, but you get another cast of characters. She gets a whole little entourage. They form a guild. So I mean, if you like what kind of stuff? Let's see. If you like MMOs, like video games, stuff like that, and you like things like Sword Art, I would say, and you just like funny stuff, this will be a good one to watch. So that's what I think. And that was another one that we both actually really enjoyed watching. So that's number 2.
Yeah.
Number 3, what do you want to talk about next? Let's talk about another popular one. You want to do this one? You want to talk about this one?
Okay.
All right. So we're going to talk about a show with this crazy ass girl right here. With my girl, Toga.
No, mine.
So, My Hero Academia, which season is this?
6.
Season 6. My opinion, not as good as the manga. You can tell My Hero's animation is kind of not really keeping up with a lot of the newer shows. But it was really good.
Yeah.
So
I think we did not finish it yet.
No, we finished it.
Okay.
Yeah, we did. We finished it. We've been watching it dubbed, or subbed and dubbed, right?
I'm only on season 5.
Well, dubbed, but we watched them all subtitled.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're all caught up in Japanese,
But
but you're catching up in English, right?
Yeah.
So we watch it in both languages. Same thing with another anime on our list too that we'll talk about next. But so in My Hero season 6, I mean, basically, if you haven't watched My Hero yet, go watch it. Yeah, exactly. Thank you for that. Yes, thank you. Definitely. It is, to me, who I grew up with superhero comics and loving superheroes. It's fantastic because all the kids have cool stuff, except for a couple. There are a couple characters we don't like.
Except for
we don't like. We just call him Belly Button Boy.
or
Naval Laser. There's one kid that shoots lasers out of his belly button.
Sticky
Grape juice.
Yeah, I hate
Minetta. We all hate. Yeah. How he's still alive at this point, I don't know. Spoiler. Sorry. Whoops. But of course, obviously, Gigi's one of Gigi's favorite characters. She's dressed as today. A little eerie. And she's a little bit more. She's a little bit more active in season 6. She does some cool stuff. We won't spoil it. But she starts learning about her powers in season 6. And your other favorite characters get a lot of really cool scenes this season. Aravity gets some really good screen time. My boy Bakugo, he gets some good screen time. You quiet. And what is this season about? Basically, the whole season is
just about fight.
It's just a whole big fight, basically, right? It's just a war. And so this is the season that kind of starts to ramp up the craziness in My Hero, right? Yeah. Like, things get crazy. Like, last season was a little boring, but it kind of had to do it because this season just gets so crazy. Like, you start seeing people get, like, really hurt, really bad, right? People die. Like, you start seeing stuff for as bright and, like, light-hearted as the show started out, you don't expect it to get dark. Right? And it starts to get dark. All right? So, basically, season 6, like Gigi said, is just, it's a war. It's a big fight. It's just the villains.
Just fight.
the villains have said, "That's it. We're gonna go and we're gonna just attack, right?" And it's just so many times you think the heroes are gonna win, and then they don't. Sometimes they have some small wins, but it's like you can see how strong the villains are in this season, right? So now, without spoiling too much, what were some of your favorite parts of season 6 of My Hero?
Just about Rafferty, Toga, and
What, Froppy?
yeah,
With their little
and the Jiri.
Oh yeah, because Najiri's one of your favorites too, and she's out and about in this one a lot too, right?
The like the rope making girl.
She hasn't done too much. Yeah.
I don't know why.
She hasn't been in it too much. I don't know why. Maybe because they don't need any new gear made. But yeah, your whole like all the gear making characters
I
kind of
like
get
the
thrown to
dragon
the
girl.
side.
Kind of like her.
Yeah, she's cool. She has a lot of cool parts in it too. But everybody in season 6 has a cool scene pretty much.
Yeah.
Except for the two characters that we don't like. Right?
Yeah, like Bella.
Like he doesn't really have anything, and Minetta doesn't really have anything. Best Jeanist has a lot. You do see his power, like what his power actually can do, or what it could do, right? Can do, could do. I don't know how you want to word it, depending on where you watch, if it's a flashback or not. We learn more about Deku and his power, right? We learn more about it.
I think he has a new power.
Yeah, he's gonna have a new power.
I think.
And we get everyone kind of evolve their powers a little bit, right? So everyone gets a little bit stronger, right? Which is good because you need to be stronger if you're going to be a superhero. But like I said, to me, My Hero Academia is an anime that I will tell people who love comic books to watch. Because My Hero Academia is basically, it's like a crazy Marvel comic, right? Yeah. But instead of superheroes being like rare, everybody has a superpower. And obviously it's season 6, so if you haven't watched it already,
watch it.
Yeah, like Judy said again, watch it. Because it's just cool. And, there's a character basically that everyone will like in it. There's some characters somebody will like. And there's going to be characters that you hate.
Yeah, which I don't like. And
there's even going to be characters that you did like and now you hate. Like with you. We won't spoil who it is. Yeah. But there are characters that Gigi liked that now she hates. So, and then for the villains. Let's talk about the villains for a minute.
Toga.
So, obviously Gigi loves Toga. I love Toga.
I like Twice.
And you love, yes, I know, and you love Twice. He's crazy. He's kind of like Deadpool. Yeah. He kind of reminds you of the craziness of Deadpool.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why.
He's just goofy. He's crazy.
That's why.
Yeah. So, and he kind of looks like Deadpool, kind of. His costume kind of looks like a black Deadpool costume, right?
But gray.
Yeah, gray and black, right? And he's just nuts. So, in this season, we learn a lot more about the villains, right? We learn a lot more about Shigaraki and his whole league of villains and everything. You see a lot more of them, right? He gets crazy, right? Yeah. So and so crazy. And then we learn more about the other characters like Dabi. We do learn some more about Toga, right?
Yeah. She's going crazy.
She's going a little crazy, yeah. We even learn a little bit about Mr. Compress, right? Yeah. We see more about him. So it does show you a lot more about both the good guys and the bad guys. But this season was more about the bad guys, right? Kicking everyone's butt, right? But, I mean, like I said, to me, My Hero is my replacement for Marvel Comics. I saw Anya almost just fall. Oh, no. Let's hope she stands up straight. Here, I'll fix her. Anya's not been wanting to sit up here.
Yeah.
I think Nezuko's shaking the box too much. There we go. She's back. All right, she's back. But yeah, as someone who's been a huge fan of like Marvel comics and superheroes and all that stuff, and I don't really like follow them as much anymore because just a whole nother topic I'm going to talk about in another video. But they just put out a lot of crap lately. And that's why things like anime or manga are doing so good.
Yep.
And they're all so awesome.
Yep.
So if you're a comic book fan, like a superhero comic book fan, My Hero is definitely a show to watch if you haven't watched it already. And there's a lot of episodes. I mean, there's a lot.
A lot.
Yeah. But we're getting close to the end.
Yeah.
Because the manga's getting close to the end too.
Yeah.
So there's like 2, maybe 3 more arcs.
Which I will not like.
So yeah, I know, because we've been keeping up on the manga as well. And things get even crazier. If you watch season 6 and you're not someone who keeps up with the manga, and you think season 6 is crazy, just wait. Right?
Yeah.
Just wait, because things get a lot crazier. But anything else that you want to talk about My Hero Season 6 before we move on to the next one?
I just like Toga and Rafty and Jerry.
And you actually met Najiri's voice actors, right?
Yeah.
You did. And you met Yuri's voice actress.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Yep.
I saw Rafty.
We didn't get to meet her, but we saw her. But yeah, that'll be this year. That'll be one of your goals for this year, right?
Yes.
So yeah, Gigi's met two of the character voice actresses from My Hero. So that was one of your highlights of 2022. That was one of your favorite moments.
I met Amui.
Oh well, yeah, but she's not in My Hero.
Yeah. Oh wait.
She's in another anime we're gonna talk about though.
Wait.
And you met Kana as well. Yep, from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Yep.
And she has a My Hero Academia character too.
Who does she voice?
The big fist.
Oh, that's right. She voices Kendo. That's right. You met her too. Thank you for reminding me. I forgot all about that. See, it's sad when she knows more about the anime and voice actors than I do. But good job. Head pats. All right. So we recommend My Hero Season 6 or Season 1 if you haven't watched it yet. And, just suffer through Deku's sometimes really obnoxious personality in the beginning because...
maybe next season might be crazy.
Yeah.
For Deku.
Yeah. Okay. So now we went with a popular one. What do you want to do for one of these two for our less known animes? Do you want to talk about this one?
Okay.
Because that's an older anime that has a new season this year.
Yeah.
All right. So another one we started to watch.
The Devil is a Part-Timer.
The Devil is a Part-Timer. And holy crap, I don't know why I never watched this, 7 years ago when it first came out. Devil is a Part-Timer, I think, came out in 2014, I think.
No,
but the new season...
2013.
2013, oh my god, even longer. So the new season just came out in 2022, though.
Yeah.
So it took a long break. And so... this show we came across, and it's just funny.
Yeah.
It's a sit back, watch it, and just laugh anime. So, you want to tell them a little bit about what it is?
The demon.
Okay.
Becomes a part-timer.
Okay. So, it's another world, though, right?
Yeah.
So, it's the demon king.
Yeah.
And the hero.
Yeah.
Right? From another world.
And somebody else.
And other characters. But they get transported to Tokyo.
Yeah.
And the devil becomes, what did you say now?
A part-timer.
A part-timer. I'm going to fix your wig a little bit in your hair.
Which he works at.
And where does he work? McDonald's, which is essentially a spoof of what store? McDonald's. So he's got no powers, right? But he thinks he does. He still thinks he's like a demon lord, and just like his I'm gonna call him his manservant, not to spoiler too much of it, but his manservant comes with him, and he thinks everyone should treat him like he's the all great and powerful ruler, but he's just a dude working at a McDonald's, and they kind of live in like a crappy apartment, right? Like a crappy apartment where they like have no beds.
No,
right.
No anything.
They have nothing. So they're poor, they're broke, and it's just like it's their funny little misadventures of trying to figure out how to get back home. But then you kind of don't think he wants to go home. You kind of think he likes it, right?
Yeah.
And then we've got on the other side
the hero.
We have the hero, and now she ends up coming to the world with a little bit more power than him, right?
Yeah.
Because she can still bring out her sword and stuff. But she comes and she's like totally serious. And she has like a good job, right? And she's like a call center person or something like that, or tech support. I don't know what she does. She's always in like an office answering like questions on a headset. But they kind of cross paths with each other, right? Mm-hmm. And what other kind of funny stuff happens like that you really like think is funny about this show? The what?
Maybe the McDonald's.
You like all the drama, the work drama at McDonald's? Yeah. So they end up, let's see, what about what moves in across the street from them eventually?
FC.
So basically, yeah. So like, I mean, she can't even think about it without laughing. So like, there's a whole drama in it where another fast food chain moves across the street, which is basically Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's SFC, right?
Yeah.
It's like Kentucky Fried Chicken. So, and all the customers want to go there, and they got to find ways to bring them back. And it's just ridiculousness, and it's just fun, and it's funny, and it's something you don't really have to think too much about, right? You just sit back, you watch it, and you laugh. And yeah, shame on me for not watching it sooner, because I usually watch the weird anime like that. But another one, pat on the head for this one for suggesting we watch it. She finds some good stuff. But yeah, all in all, if you just like ridiculous stuff, because I mean, eventually, what happens? The hero and the demon, the devil, find each other, right?
Yeah.
And they discover who each other are, and just comedy just goes from there. And you have people from their world coming and going and interfering with stuff and trying to kill them and all kinds of stuff. And it's like they hate each other, but they're becoming like best friends, kind of. And
kind of is.
Yeah, so it's just a silly, goofy anime. And I'm happy that even after that long of a time, they made a new season, because I probably never would have even seen it if the new season didn't pop up, because it was just one of those things that was kind of under my radar. But definitely a funny show.
Yeah.
I suggest it. Gigi suggests it. Check it out. Even just watch like the first 2 episodes. It's super funny. Yeah. Moving out of that one, let's talk about before we go to this one. Let's you know what? Actually, yeah, let's do that one. So second to last, we've got the big one. Chainsaw Man. Obviously, we've got best boy right here, and we've got best girl right here. Well, Gigi's best girl. Nakima's my best girl. So Chainsaw Man. We're going to talk about Chainsaw Man. And yes, I've heard from people a bunch of times, she shouldn't be watching it, blah, 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 blah. Isn't it too much for her? No. Right?
No.
You love it. Besides Spy Family, that's probably one of your favorites this year, right? Mm-hmm. So, how do we describe Chainsaw Man to people?
So there's...
Denji's like a homeless kid, right?
Yeah. finds a puppy.
He finds a puppy. And now what is up with the puppy?
He has a chainsaw.
For a face, right? Like, or a nose.
Yeah, for nose.
Just juts out of his face. Kind of like his. So he does, like, his dad dies, right? Yeah. And he has to do jobs for these mean people, right? Hunting demons with his puppy. And bad things happen, right? Yeah. He's just treated really bad his whole life. It kind of reminds me of, not really, but it kind of reminds me of, because he's like a street rat, like Aladdin, everyone kind of looks at him like he's a piece of crap, I know it's not Disney, it's not Aladdin, but it reminds me of just that. He's homeless, he's a street rat, he's doing anything he can to survive, and instead of a monkey, he's got his little puppy that he goes and murders demons with. But so he's doing jobs for, I think it's the Yakuza, right? Isn't the Yakuza? It's like the Japanese mob.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. And things go bad, right? Mm-hmm. And what ends up happening to Denji? So we won't spoil Pochita. Pochita is a demon, right?
Yes.
And basically Denji dies, right? He gets killed.
Yeah.
And Pochita kind of uses his powers to bring him back to life, right?
Yeah.
We'll say it as least spoilerly as possible. And Denji becomes what?
Chainsaw Man.
And now, what can Denji do when he is Chainsaw Man?
He can
What does he do? Like, what happens? Like,
he can has to have his chainsaw out.
Well, where do they come from? Where do his chainsaws come out?
Head, arms.
Yep, and it's pretty crazy, right? And now, how does he become Chainsaw Man? What does he have to do? Does he have to do what is that? He has to pull it.
Yeah.
Basically, he has to rev himself up like a chainsaw. He's got a little pull string right here on his chest. He's got to rev himself up, right? And it's just crazy. And now, if you haven't watched it or living under a rock, it's Mappa who's making it. Same people who did new season of Attack on Titan.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Best thing, Jujutsu Kaisen. I love Jujutsu Kaisen. And
just like the Hammer Girl.
And they're doing a lot of crazy animation right now. So he's going to kind of go on like a murder spree and just kill all the people who tried to kill him, right? Yeah. And get the attention of the public safety.
Yeah.
Public safety division of Japan.
Which then some other guy comes.
Yeah, so we're gonna have Makima come in, right? And she's kind of the leader.
Yeah.
And she's gonna basically tell him what? You be my puppy, you be my dog, or we kill you. Right? Yeah. It's pretty it's dark. And it kind of just follows their adventure, I guess. You could call it an adventure of their whole squad that they create of just the weirdos and outcasts, right? I mean, we've got Aki, who is not really a weirdo. He's just kind of like, he's not afraid of dying, right?
Yeah.
And now what can Aki do?
At the beginning.
Yeah. What's this? What is this?
That.
So this that she was doing is, those of you who've seen, obviously, pictures and stuff, Aki can summon what when he does this?
Puppy.
The puppy. The fox demon, right? Yeah, the big giant puppy. And he has like a crazy sword, right?
Yeah.
And, they'll talk about a little bit about his sword over time. We won't spoil it. And then we've got, who else is in their crazy group? Power. Now, what is power?
Power is a blood.
A blood what?
A devil.
a blood fiend, right?
Yeah.
So fiends are like weaker versions of devils, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like devils and then fiends. And Power is a blood fiend, right? And now what can she do because of that?
She can make like blood hammers and stuff like that.
Blood hammers and like knives and stuff, right? Yeah. And Power has a pet as well that you love.
Meowie.
Meowie. Meowie is just her little kitten. It's got no powers. It's nothing crazy about it. And she's just nuts.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think her and Toga would be best friends.
Yeah.
Because they both love blood and they're both crazy. So it's basically kind of all showing Aki kind of has to take Power and Denji in to live with him.
Yeah.
Because they're working for the humans, but they're not human, right?
Yeah.
So if they do something wrong, what will happen to them?
Like, because...
Well, they'll get killed, right?
Yeah.
So basically, it's like, you work for us or we kill you. So Denji loves it. Denji loves living in a house. He loves eating food.
Yeah, mostly.
And Denji really likes women. He loves the ladies, right?
Yeah.
So Denji's girl crazy. He's a little girl crazy, right? A little bit. And he loves Makima, right? He's got a
Yes.
super crush on her. But it's just cool, I think, to me, watching it, showing how they kind of go from hating each other, all of them, to like almost being like best friends.
Yeah.
Right? So there's some cool fighting. It's really bloody, right?
Yeah.
Really bloody fighting. And there's some funny stuff though too, right?
Yeah.
A lot of funny stuff. And I don't know. I just think for the 5 people who probably haven't watched it yet, that they should, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you like Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a crazy thing, like that fits right in with that trio of, we're gonna call it a trio of violent and cool looking anime. It's Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen. Those are 3 of our favorites, actually. So anything else you want to say about the craziness that is Chainsaw Man? Now we finished the anime, right?
Yeah.
And are you excited about the next season?
Yes.
Because it definitely left you wondering what the heck's going on, right?
Yeah.
They did a great job with that. I've actually read all the manga, and it's amazing. And seeing it animated is just so cool. So, highly recommended. Chainsaw Man is highly recommended. Well, we got one more left.
Love After World Domination.
She didn't even want to wait. She wanted to get right into that one. Love After World Domination. I gotta say,
Really good.
Chainsaw Man is my favorite. But oh my god, this came out of nowhere for me. And it's close to my favorite of this year.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And it's short. It's only 12 episodes. Basically, tell everyone what this one's about.
So, the hero, which is Red Gelato.
Red Gelato. Now, before you get into that, you call him Red Gelato. What is that, basically?
What's your Rangers?
Like Power Rangers. Yeah, so the gelato, Red Gelato, is basically Red Ranger, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so clear that up. All right, keep going. What is it about?
So it's about the girl.
And now wait. So it's about Red Gelato and the girl. Now who is the girl?
The villain.
So she's the villain, right? And her name is Reaper Princess, right?
Yeah.
And so what about these two characters happens? Like what is it?
What's her name is Destiny.
Decimi. Okay, yes. Decimi is her real name.
And the hero's name is really
Futaro, right? Futo or Futaro? I thought it's Futaro.
No, it's Fudo.
I don't know. We're gonna Aikawa. Okay, yeah. See, like I said, she knows. I'm gonna listen to her.
The Destiny Magahara.
See, she's watched that a lot. Yeah, she got the last names down and everything. So, what goes on between Red Gelato and the Reaper Princess?
They fall in love.
They fall in love. Yeah, and it just, I don't know. It basically, it's like, what if the Red Ranger fell in love with
a villain?
I can't say Goldar, but I guess because she's kind of their favorite one, like Goldar. So I guess it would be like, what if the Red Ranger fell in love with one of Rita's girl generals? You know, and so in this world, everyone knows who the Rangers, the Gelatos are. Yeah. Like they know who they are. Yeah. So it's kind of like that series. What is it? One of the series of Power Rangers that you watch where they all know who they are. Is it one of the space ones?
I think it's Space or Dino Fury or Ninja Steel.
Okay, so it's one of those. But there's one of them where everyone kind of knows who they are. And so everyone knows who the Gelato 5, that's what they're called, right? The Gelato 5.
Yeah.
Everyone knows who they are.
Which there's Professor
Gelato, right?
Yeah.
And
pink gelato, blue gelato, green gelato, yellow gelato.
And they all have, the thing I like about it is it's a total spoof on all the Super Sentai Power Rangers stuff, and it's amazing. They all have their weapons, right?
Yeah.
So they have Red Gelato, and what does he have?
Sword Strawberry.
He has the power of strawberry, right? Yeah. And Pink Gelato has
a peach bow.
The power of peach, and Yellow Gelato is
power of lemon.
The powers of lemons.
Green.
He has the power of pistachios, right? And then Blue Ranger.
Soda can.
Yeah, Blue Ranger is the power of soda. Like
soda can.
I thought it was soda bottles.
No, it's soda cans.
This is soda cans. His daggers look like bottles.
It's cans.
But they all just have like this really wacky thing, and it's they're fighting, and they kind of like decide they fall in love with each other, and it's like showing how hard it is for them to fight each other and then try to date each other. It's like Romeo and Juliet and Power Rangers, and just it's craziness, and it's so funny. And you actually met the voice actress for Decimi, right?
Yeah.
Who was the voice actress of Nigiri. So,
and other stuff like Pushita.
Oh yes, that's right. She voices Pushita and Chainsaw Man. That's right. Yeah, she got to meet Lindsay back at one of our conventions.
Which I loved.
And
because now she voices Pushita.
and it's such a good anime. It's so funny. And they put into every little thing. So there's their Power Rangers parts, but just like in Power Rangers, they show their school parts, right? So Red Gelato and all them, they go to one school, and the villains, they go to their own school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they have like a for those of you, going over her head with this, they have like a Dr. Evil style lair for the villains, and it's just like they have all their little crazy villains. They've got the Reaper Princess, the Beast Princess, the Steel Princess, the Fire Princess, right? And they're all like crazy. But then they have the monster villains, right?
Yeah, which at the end,
which are like, well, we won't spoil the ending, but what kind of monster villains do they have? Like, isn't there the big bear, right? There's Bear, and then the bunny one, and they have like, basically they take their human princesses and they turn them into monsters, kind of like Power Rangers would do, only they make them big, and they have their little stupid henchmen, like the Putty Patrol and stuff, right? They have the skeleton guys, and it's just, It's so funny. I highly recommend it. It is.
Watch it.
Yeah, watch it. It is so funny. Oh my god, it's so good. Um, yeah, I cannot recommend that one enough. It may actually be. I don't know. I may have enjoyed it more than Chainsaw Man just because it's so funny.
Yeah.
I think we've rewatched it like rewatched it.
I rewatched it like 10 times.
Yeah, it's been rewatched a lot. And it's if you like comedy, if you like stuff that's just fun, like funny anime, if you're a Power Ranger fan, a Sentai fan, anything like that, watch this show.
Watch it.
You're gonna watch it. You're gonna like how do we do it? We watched it. We were like, oh well, let's take a peek at this one, right? And we watched like almost the whole series in one sitting. Like it was so good. We laughed our butts off. Highly recommend it, and I hope they make another season.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I hope they make another one, because it is just so good. So, we are going to actually take a quick break.
Yep.
I'm gonna get some drinks, and then we might come back and talk a little bit about a couple other honorable mentions that we have before we cut this video out. And yeah, so we'll be back in a minute. All right, so after we had our little drink and I got some circulation back in my arm, my gauntlet was kind of strapping onto my arm a little too tight, so I had to take it off. So we're gonna just do this really quick now and kind of go over a couple of things that we were going to put into our top list.
Just a teeny bit we can talk about.
You want to talk a teeny bit about them? Here.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's okay. We can talk a little bit about them. But we're going to each do a top 5 or a top 10, like I said. And we had a lot of the same things. So we went through all those first. And there were a couple that we either didn't watch or we both really didn't care about. So I'm going to let you go with yours first. Now you had 3, that you had watched that you had brought up. And there's many more that we've watched, but these were all pretty much from this past year. So what was this one here?
I didn't say make my abilities average in the next life.
And that is a long name. Now we had some long name anime on the list. We had one, but bofuri was a long name, obviously. But this one doesn't have a short name. Didn't I say to make my abilities average in the next life?
You watched a little.
I did watch a little bit, and it's pretty entertaining. So basically, is she reincarnated?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is an isekai. So she obviously in the next life. So she is. It's like a reincarnated in. Is it another world, or did she just die and get brought back?
Another.
So she's from another world.
Yeah.
Is she from like Earth?
Yeah, from Earth.
Okay, so she is like a human from Earth, and she gets brought back to life in another world.
Yeah.
Okay, in a fantasy world, right?
Yeah.
Where
like unicorn buddies and stuff like that.
the unicorn horn bunny is a thing in anime. There's a lot of anime that have that. So it's basically another isekai, where the girl gets brought to another world.
Yeah, as nobles.
As a noble. Okay.
At first.
Okay.
Kind of at the beginning, Cinderella.
Okay, so she's kind of like Cinderella at the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay. And what ends up happening to her? Does she? You don't have to spoil too much or say too much, but what kind of happens? Like.
Then after that, she becomes a hunter.
Okay.
She meets people.
Okay.
That are in her party.
Okay, so she gets a party together. All right. Mm-hmm. And what is it? Just about like their adventures?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of just like a basic anime trope of she gets reincarnated in the next world. Now she's super strong.
Yeah.
Okay, so there it is. So she's super strong.
She got almost killed like dragons.
Okay.
Like the really strong one.
Okay, so it's kind of like reincarnated as a slime and stuff like that, where they get brought to the other world and they're super strong, even though she didn't want to be, right?
Yeah.
She just wanted to be a plain normal girl, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And she ends up making some friends, right? And they become adventurers, right? That's what I know, at least from what I saw.
At the beginning,
Yep.
she makes little figures.
Okay, so she makes little
from
figures.
wood.
Okay. So now what does she do with those? Like sell them? Or she just
Well,
collects them?
the person who does it, the inn, where they live.
Okay.
The little girl sells them.
Okay. So she makes little wooden figures?
Yeah.
Okay. That's actually something that happens in one of the animes on my list too. See, I didn't know that, but so she basically gets a party of, I think it's 4, right? From what I know, it's
Actually
4.
3 other people.
Well, yeah, but it's her. It's 4 of them.
Yeah.
So she's a hero class. Is that what she is?
I don't know.
She's just super strong.
Yeah, she's just super strong.
And they've got like a healer.
Yeah,
They've got
mage,
a mage and a fighter. Okay.
And the main don't know.
You don't know what she does, but it's a fun isekai, right? Kind of. So it's not like too serious, right?
Yeah.
Is there a lot of jokes in it? Is there some funny stuff?
Well, you watch some.
Yeah, but I'm asking you because this is one of your lists. So is it kind of funny or is it just fun?
Just fun.
So it's just a fun watch, okay. And it's
Funny
short. Fun. It's only what? Is it 13 episodes?
12.
12? Okay. So it's a pretty short one. Okay. So that was one that some people might not know about.
It's mostly always 12.
Yeah. So now let's talk about one of these two on your list next. What do you want to go with next?
Irma-kun.
Irma-kun. And that's the full name of that is what? Welcome to the Demon School?
Yeah.
Irma-kun. And that's who this character that she's got here. Clara. That's who she is from. I know people probably recognize a lot of these, except what the heck is this green-haired thing over here? So tell people a little bit about what this show is, because I've only watched a little bit of it, and it's wacky.
So there's a boy.
Okay.
And a demon comes into the bow.
Okay.
The fish are all flying.
Okay, that just sounds weird. So now the boy is the boy Irma?
Yeah.
Okay. And now he is a human, right?
Yeah, cause he's sold, by a demon.
Okay, he's sold to a demon?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he is into the demon world and lives there, and the demon want a grandchild. So
he pretends to be the demon's grandson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which his name is Grandpa.
His name is... So he's the little weird-looking guy, right? He's the little weird-looking guy, the little grandpa guy? Okay, I recognize... Okay, I know him. I've watched some episodes of this. So I'm a little familiar with it.
Then,
And so Grandpa puts him into school, right? For demons.
Yeah.
Now, is the school kind of like a Harry Potter type school where it's teaching demons how to be demons?
Yeah.
And their powers and stuff?
Yeah.
Because I got like a vibe from that was like where they kind of, I guess I could say like a Harry Potter thing, where instead of teaching kids how to use magic, they were teaching demons how to be demons and use their demon powers.
Not really.
No? Okay. Is it just a regular school?
Kinda. But, here's one part.
Okay.
Irma says, "Do you want to be my friends?" with Clara and Asmodeus Alice.
And Clara she's a demon, right? Obviously, because she has a tail. And she's crazy, too. You like a lot of the crazy characters. You do. You like this girl, and she's nuts. And you like Power, and you like Toga. You like the crazy girls. Okay, but anyway, so he becomes friends with Clara and who else?
Um, Asmodeus.
Asmodeus. Now, who's Asmodeus? I don't.
With the pink hair.
Oh, the guy with the pink hair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's a demon, right? Is he like a
Yeah.
demon noble,
Mm,
or he's just a demon?
he's just a demon.
Okay, so it's basically about his adventures and his friends, his demon friends, right?
Yeah.
Because none of them are humans.
He said, this. Do you want to be my friends? And, Asmodeus and Clara said, what are friends?
So he's basically disguising as a demon, right?
Yeah. Has a scent as a demon.
So he has a scent?
Yeah.
And how does he get the scent?
From his grandpa.
So grandpa gives him a scent so the demons don't know he's a human.
Yeah.
So he has to just basically fool everybody into believing that he's a demon, right? The whole time while being at school.
Yeah.
So is it pretty funny? Is it like a funny anime, basically?
Kinda.
Okay.
Which, Claire has some new powers now.
Okay. Well, don't spoil it.
I'm not spoiling.
So you would recommend it for people who just like silly, funny anime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what is your last one here on your 3 that I still didn't finish yet?
Demon Slayer.
And now what is
Season
it?
2.
Season 2. I did not finish this. Gigi and Tiffany have gone through it. They watch it every day.
It's about Tengen.
Tengen. Okay, now who's Tengen? One of the Hashira?
Yeah.
Which one is he? Is he the sound? Is that
Yeah,
what it is?
yeah,
Sound. Okay. And it's about him. It's focused on him this time.
Yeah.
And obviously Tanjiro and Inosuke and Zenitsu.
Yeah.
And Nezuko.
I don't like Nezuko in season 2.
Whoa!
Not well because
she grows up.
Mm.
She doesn't like her adult form. She likes her being cute and little.
Yes.
So yeah, and you just thought that was a good show. You just thought it
Yeah.
was cool. Now, do you like the animation and the fighting and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, you liked all that. And you played the game too when the game came
That's
out.
kind of silly.
It was a little silly. Okay.
With them cause they had to go to town with girls.
Oh, they had to dress up like girls. Okay. So that was a little funny. So there was some funny stuff to it this time?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Inosuke's always funny, so he's just crazy. So yeah, so you really liked Demon Slayer Season 2. I didn't put it on my list because I didn't finish it. I only watched a couple episodes. I know I'm bad. So those were your kind of honorable mentions that,
Yep.
We didn't have. I had 4 extra ones on my list, and I'll fire through them kind of quick because 2 of them are continuations. Attack on Titan Final Season Part 2. I have a love-hate with this one. I loved Attack on Titan. We watched the crap out of it. I know you didn't like it. You checked out. You don't want to watch it.
I don't.
This season, as someone who didn't read the manga, I absolutely hated the direction it went. But it did grow over time with me. I was just not happy with the direction. They do make a kind of a scenery shift, I guess you could say. And I didn't really like all that. I kind of liked the way it was in the beginning, where everything was kind of a mystery. But I guess the mysteries have to be solved anyway. So you start learning more about what happens. And, it was good. Probably my least favorite Attack on Titan season. But I definitely cannot wait for the final part of the final season to finally come out. How many times did I say final there?
7 or 5.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're not into Attack on Titan, you're not going to care about this. If you are in Attack on Titan, you might still not care about this because I almost checked out. But we stuck with it, and it did actually get a little bit better. It was definitely the weakest season so far. Another one I have, this lady right here is from another love-hate anime, Overlord Season 4. My description of this series is an isekai that just doesn't go anywhere. Uh, it has all these crazy seasons and cool things happen in it, but nothing is really going on. And I just want things to go and progress. And I know you didn't watch this one either, but the thing is it has such cool characters and some cool world building, and things are finally starting to escalate in season 4, and then it ended, and I was so angry. So I need a new season, and I need to keep going, and I need to find out what the heck's going on, or I'm gonna have to just start reading the manga. Anyways, another isekai on my list, which was another hate then start to love for me because lots of people pressured me to watch it. Jobless Reincarnation. It is one of those animes where I absolutely hate the main character. And I continued to watch and just hope he would grow with me, grow over time on me. And he barely did. Finally gets a little bit of redemption in these last few episodes that I watched. But the supporting cast is really good. Basically, it's about a mid-30s just shut-in pervert who's really creepy, dies and gets reincarnated as a baby in another world. So you basically see him grow up. But as with other isekai, he's super overpowered and can do anything. He can do crazy magic and do all this other stuff, and he's just so overpowered. But in the final parts of the season, things really start to kind of move along better, and he kind of becomes less of a disgusting pig. In my mind, he's the most gross, disgusting main character ever. But I did stick with it because everyone told me it does get really good. Stick with it. Look past the obnoxious main character, and I did because the support team that he has with him is really cool. Not for everybody. It's definitely not for everybody. So that's why it wasn't really on one of my top things. And moving on from that, my final and one of my favorites. It was so good. It was so good. It was My Dress Up Darling. I loved everything about this show, and it's totally different than what we've covered in the rest of this stuff. It's totally slice of life. We actually got to meet the main voice actress of Maureen Kitagawa, who was Amelie, Monarch, Lily, whatever you want to call her.
From Andrew.
Yes, she was in Endro as well. That was another one of your favorites. And we, of course, met her. That was one of the top things on her list of do-do-do.
She is my favorite character.
Yeah, she's your favorite of everything, pretty much. And My Dress Up Darling is just one of those shows that it's your typical slice of life romance anime. Main character's a loser, doesn't know anything about girls, doesn't know how to talk to girls, doesn't have any friends. He's obsessed with dolls and making doll clothes. And of course, Maureen is like the hottest girl in school. She's like blah blah blah, and she just happens to stumble across him and realizes he can sew really well, and decides, hey, maybe you can help me with my costume. And she wants to become a cosplayer, and they just kind of start out with I'm going to make you costumes, whatever, and, you're going to get more popular, to just them growing together as, like, friends, and kind of you're like, oh, my God, fall in love already. Oh, my God, just do it, So it's just a typical slice of life anime, but one of my favorite ones now, and I watch a lot of them. Honorable mentions, of course, is Rent a Girlfriend Season 2, which I didn't finish, so I can't really say it's on my list yet, but that was another one I watched. And it's one of those other animes that just goes, but kind of goes nowhere. But I love it. It's a guilty pleasure anime. But most slice of lives are for me. I know I watch a lot of them, right? Quintuplets, Rent a Girlfriend, Dress Up Darling. Yeah, I watch a lot of those. But Dress Up Darling is really good, and the animation and the arts just work on it is great. And I'm caught up with the manga as well. So, weren't many curveballs thrown. It was pretty spot on with the manga. They didn't really leave a lot of stuff out. So, and the English voice acting, which is something that, doesn't happen often, was amazing. So, Obviously, Amelie does a great job voicing Maureen, and she definitely brings the character to life. I mean, I do love the Japanese voice cast as well, but this is one of those ones where the English cast is just very, very well done, and it's really good. Which I'm happy a lot of new anime has really good English voices, right? Yeah. So that was my last honorable mention, and I did kind of mention Rent a Girlfriend season 2 because I did start it, didn't finish it though. But that is it for our favorite animes of 2022, and oh my God, it's 2023 now. Yeah. Is there anything that you're looking forward to for anime this year, or should we save that for another video?
I'll share one.
What? Okay, what is one that you're looking forward to this year?
Actually two.
Okay, go ahead, share two, and then we'll make a video about.
That time ago, Furnace, my movie.
Oh yes, that's the 20th of this month, I believe. Reincarnated Slime movie. Super excited about that.
Two more.
Okay, go ahead.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yes, Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. So she stole two of mine. And bofuri is the new season is coming out this year too, supposedly. Let's keep our fingers crossed. And I don't know. Obviously, those were all things I'm looking forward to this year too. So I won't say anything else other than My Hero coming back in a week or two, I think, already. So finishing off that. So there's a couple of things, and we might make a little short of things we're excited for this year. Yeah. But we're going to wrap this up. I know we went a little long. We had more than a top 10, but whatever. We had a lot of good anime this year. This one's already tired. We're going to wrap this one up. We're going to, again, wish everyone a happy 2023, right? Hopefully everyone has some good stuff, good anime, some good things like that going on in life. And stay tuned this week as well. We're going to be putting out our top games.
Yeah.
From 2022, right?
Yeah.
We got another kind of similar thing like this where we're going to do things that we both liked together and some games that we played on our own that we liked. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. So stay tuned for that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Leave down in the comments below if there's anything that you all liked that we didn't mention or have any suggestions that maybe we missed. Because we're always up to watching new anime.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're always clicking through Crunchyroll trying to find new stuff to watch.
What's the new one that we were watching?
What's the new one that we're watching?
Beast Tamer.
Beast Tamer, that's right. We did just start watching that last night. And it's really good so far. So I'm enjoying it. But that came out in 2022 too. So that could have been on our list. But we just started it. So yeah. But yeah, we will see you guys next time. Again, if you guys like this, click that like button. The subscribe button, and like I said, leave some stuff in the comments below if you have any other suggestions for us, right? Yep. Especially this one, because she's watching more anime than me even now, and I gotta keep up with her. But we will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.